Welcome back. The head of operations, National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Eric Bodage, says there has been no direct report about the release of water from the Lagdo Dam in Cameroon. There were reports that water from the dam had been released into Nigeria. Speaking in an interview with correspondent Martha Okere, Bodage said the agency is monitoring the Orashi River and assessing communities that are close to the river. According to him, an action plan is already in place and the agency is engaging stakeholders and following predicted flooding in several high-risk local government areas in the state.
We are engaging all relevant stakeholders. We've been having coordinated meetings with them so that there will be synergy towards the response when it comes to matters concerning this flooding. All the DROUs that we have that are swift response agencies, we have discussed with them. The search and rescue team from NEMA is on ground. The DROUs and the military paraterminals have been discussed with. And I think so far so good, we are in readiness.
Bodage also said there is no life-threatening flood at the moment in communities in River State.
There are floods, but it returns in a matter of hours. But it has not overwhelmed the coping capacity of the communities. The floods that we've been experiencing, most of them are flash floods. They just come and they still return. Water returns back to its base. We've not experienced flooding that has been life-threatening so far.
Also in a statement, the Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Joseph Utsev, said after his communication with the manager of Lagdo Dam, Ahmed Bivong, it was relayed that the dam is currently at a low level of 2.06 meters and no discharge has taken place. He said the ministry is in constant communication with Cameroonian authorities and will promptly notify Nigerians when an official release occurs. Meanwhile, the River State government says it supports a plan by the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, to deploy teams to flood-prone areas in the state to educate residents on flood preparedness and mitigation measures. In a statement signed by the Senior Special Assistant on Media to the River State government, Hector Ibiki Owubo, said the deployment is in response to a recent advisory by the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, which listed River State among the high-risk areas for potential flooding this year. Government urged residents, particularly those living in flood-prone communities, to take necessary precautions to safeguard lives and property. The statement also warned against illegal land reclamation, including the unapproved development of wetlands and other ecologically sensitive areas. The government vowed to take strict legal action against individuals or organizations found culpable. The government also advised residents to clear drainages and avoid dumping waste in waterways, relocate to safer grounds if living in flood-prone areas, cooperate with emergency response teams, and follow official advisories, report illegal land reclamation, and other environmental violations to relevant authorities. Earlier today, flash floods caused by heavy rainfalls disrupted business activities in Port Harcourt and its environs. The rain which started yesterday also flooded streets and roads, causing traffic along major roads. Some business owners told our correspondent that rain affected their sales.
Now the rain is disturbing. We know they work, we know they sell, everything they stand still. Even now, once they eat a day. The people know they buy market. Before we go work, we say the one where you work. That selling, block work, where they disturb. If you see the one where I work yesterday, now everything scattered.
As you they see me now, they bear water for my shop. It affect us well. I don't know whether na 7 days rain. No, you know allow us to buy market. You know allow us sell market. Customers, everybody hang for their house. Nobody they come buy market. And you don't see now water don't gather full my shop. Market, you know they move. We just dey here, they watch how the rain they fall. They watch how people they walk out for road and some motor self you know they move.
Since yesterday, no business, no market. When there's rain, there will be no money now. Everything will cease.
Also along Ikwere Road, correspondent Emeka Otuka reports a flood also caused major traffic congestion, leaving many commuters stranded for hours. There were also fears that the manholes whose covers were removed and covered by floodwater a serious risk pedestrian may unknown fall in. Along NTO axis, resident concern a level of flood road.
Because you know they have to, so the flood everywhere, so we move on no bound and every week. So God has them. Because we had the water the first time, this is a normal airport. Rainy season, they worry about Tally this people. Yesterday, no go for the car highway there. Since morning, this just this one way up. They garage, you know where to go. So the flood, they go to the airport. I see all that, and you hate the flood. I'm not from Junction.
Students University Port Harcourt first mechanic show attention They could not attend classes because roads leading to their school were impassable due to flooding. Also, some motorists planned Choba Airport Metropolis blame constant flooding at Chojang on an industrial waste discharge. They called on state governments to urgently intervene.
This water here, that's the most important thing. How to break that place to be dry. That's what we need because from this lake. Because of the road, we used to the motor. We go to mechanic.
Water is sewage water. It's a channel the sewage. We don't know that the gutter is blocked. So this water you are seeing here is not a rainy water. That is the road is bad. Our vehicle is breaking down on the daily. If you are not on the road, maybe you've journeyed and you enter home, you remain there.
We are begging government to come and look at this matter and help us out.
Government should come and look into it and even save their road. So we appeal to the authority to see how they can do to put the road in order.
Meanwhile, environmentalist Mishakwi is worried the government has not provided equipment like blocked drainages in the Port Harcourt metropolis and its environment.
June, July, and September is the peak of rain. It will get worse. Deseal the drainages. Most of the drainages in Port Harcourt, unfortunately, are covered drainages, and there are no facilities, to deseal them. Usually, covered drainages like we have in Port Harcourt and come with machineries in helping to deseal them. Unfortunately for us here, we don't have those equipments to help desealing them. These drainages must be desealed if we are not going incurring losses and damages. Fortunately for us, it has not come to the situation of Mokwa in Niger.
Experts also explained how that flooding.
Though that this income like it takes all electrical and water, and it's even worse. You know that any flood like this, all boreholes are contaminated, and this will also for after drainages, and that is thing the rest have not even taken off. Apart from the car damages, the health associated with one disease is imaginable, and that some people have not even taken note of.
On the chairman of the Eco-Drive Association in River State, Crystal Zali, says commercial drivers forced to road if what he described continued embarrassing exploitation by vehicle inspection officials, VIO is not addressed. This concern raised motor Port Harcourt over the activities of VIO officials on major roads across the state. Speaking to correspondent Emel Tucker, Ezali alleged that VIO official times demand for as much as Naira or more motorists.
And exploitation on daily basis in River State lead to a these men are now doing both road safety and police work by demanding 14 third glass permits, fire extinguisher, jack and wheel spanner, causing hold up and demanding from 60,000 and above from motorists.
He also said the VIO operatives should be restricted to checkpoints at state boundaries rather than mounting roadblocks within the city, which he claims causes traffic congestion and leads to extortion of motorists. Also speaking, the chairman of the Police Community Relations Committee, PCRC, in River State, Mr. Voke Emore, accused the VIO of overstepping their responsibilities. Emore alleged that VIO officials now demand documents and items that are under the purview of the police and the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, all in a bid to extort drivers.
VIO in River State, and they have been apprehending cars and asking for vehicle papers and asking for driver's license, which is overstepping their boundaries because we have the role of the road safety. We also have the role of the Nigerian police force, and if the VIO are overstepping their boundaries, it's something to worry about. VIO asking you for insurance, I don't know how it relates to the roadworthiness of the vehicle, and I believe that the VIO should be more into the roadworthiness of the vehicle and how the mechanical and electrical system of the vehicle is working.
In response, the Chief Vehicle Inspection Officer and Chief Road Officer of River State, Monibo Akobo, clarified that those seen on the roads are not VIO officials.
People are misconstruing because these people wear black and white. Of course, they will want to generalize their DIO, but they are not DIO, they are road traffic officers. The major work of the road traffic officers to apprehend traffic offenders. It is in the law, River State road traffic law is there, and if you go down there, you also see some of the fines there. That is under the Ministry of Transport.
In other news, the River State Police Command says it has begun a full investigation into the incident. A statement by the command spokesperson, SP Grace Iringa Koko, confirmed that the fire occurred at number 11B, Okoro Street, Choba. Police say they received the reports that one Cynthia Chukunda, a 300-level female undergraduate student of the University of Port Harcourt, allegedly set her boyfriend, one Saint Sonny Amadi, a 32-year-old male, ablaze in a room, resulting in severe injuries during the fire, and was rushed to the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital, UPTH, for medical treatment. The Commissioner of Police, CP Olugbenga Adepoju, also called for calm and assured the public that justice would be served as soon as the facts are fully established. In the meantime, the management of the University of Port Harcourt says Cynthia Chukunda is not their student. The head of publications and public relations of the university, Dr. Sam Chinedu, said this in a statement today. Meanwhile, a viral video later showed Cynthia in a hospital bed, also badly burnt. Cynthia, who appears pregnant, spoke from the hospital bed.
That week, he has been calling me several, sending me text messages. All of a sudden, that particular night, I went out to get something. Came back to the house, someone lit candle in my house and cleaned my bed. I thought it was even my younger sister. So when I went outside, one lady that saw something, they said, this guy has been waiting for me here over 20 minutes. I off that particular candle. Only for him to come, he lit another candle. And he came with one vagolis. I never knew it was free. I never knew this plan. So when we were having arguments that night, I was sitting on my bed. During that argument, he pushed the vagolis to the candle and the thing exploded. That is why I had these on my bum because I was sitting on the bed already. So I had to rush out immediately. He was inside the house.
She also said they were no longer in a relationship as she already has a suitor.
He has been calling me. We had issues for a very long time. We are no longer together. I was like pushing him to leave the house. I don't want to see him in the house. Already I have somebody that wants to get married to me. I ran out. I did not even look back to go and save myself. So I don't know the one I'm hearing that. I don't know. Because how it happened.
Earlier, neighbors told our correspondents who visited the apartment that the couple had a history of violent fights and recalled Cynthia allegedly stabbing Sonny last December and once poured petrol on him, threatening to set him ablaze during an argument in February. They said Sonny moved out for 2 months but later returned. They said last weekend's incident started on Friday night after a minor quarrel. Sonny reportedly tried to leave the house but was stopped. Neighbors said they saw smoke coming from the apartment around 2 a.m. on Saturday. Sonny was found crawling with severe and rushed to hospital. He had died. Still took from elimination. Three-day pure worship regional of Genesis, the stadium, charged to do serious worship. During the Bible discussion, called on delegates and invitees to give Bible an impartial examination, adding that the Holy Book provides answers to big questions, such as what is the meaning of life, why do we suffer, what happens to us when we die, amongst others. Taylor said Jehovah's Witnesses, through an impartial examination of the Bible, have outrightly rejected falsehood inherently in worldly teachings and human philosophies. Some delegates shared their thoughts on the three-day convention.
Janelle Ivonye learned about the dramas and how it depicts Jesus' life and his teachings and the way he...
Since yesterday,
detection of health problems, including infection, allergies, and skin cancer. All trading an interview with chloroquine, not the first line of trading an interview with chloroquine, not the first line of defense, but also supports the immune system and helps regulate body temperature. But also supports the immune system and helps regulate body temperature. He also said skin problems can impact social interaction and self-esteem.
Healthy skin can boost self-confidence and improve overall well-being. By taking care of your skin now, you can minimize the need for more intensive treatment later. It also helps us for early detection of health problems. There are manifestations we will see on the skin, and we need to screen you for diabetes. We need to screen you for thyroid diseases. Also nowadays, we believe that psoriasis is a skin disease. It's not just a skin disease, it's a systemic disease. It has some part to play in what we call metabolic syndrome. So if we make a diagnosis of psoriasis, we are going to screen you for metabolic syndrome.
Professor Altred said the use of sunscreen is essential even when indoors. He recommended the use of sunscreen with a sun protection factor, SPF, of at least 30.
Sun protection and a good skincare routine can help prevent premature aging, which includes wrinkles and age spots. You should use sunscreen even when you are indoors, especially for those living with...
JAM has announced 150 as a cutoff mark for admission into universities. JAM made the decision today since cutoff remains as 6 years as minimum age for admission into Nigerian tertiary institutions. Minister of Education Dr. Tunji Alausa announced this during the opening session of the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board JAM 2025 policy meeting on Tuesday in Abuja. The minister, who said that the age requirement is mandatory and non-negotiable, warned that heads of institutions found complicit in admission fraud will face strict consequences. On the international scene, U.S. President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania are expected to visit Texas this Friday, where flash floods have killed about 107 people. This comes as questions are being asked about whether adequate flood warnings were provided. Rescue operations have also continued for a fifth day for dozens of people still missing. On the news this evening, you heard NEMA has dismissed reports of Lagdo Dam water release. Flash floods today disrupted business in Port Harcourt as government vows action against environmental violators. Rivers commercial drivers have threatened protest over VIO harassment. The federal government has fixed 16 years as minimum admission age for tertiary institutions. On the foreign scene, President Trump and wife Melania are to visit flood-ravaged Texas this Friday. The news was edited by Onyeka Chiwonsu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Sam Chinedu. Thanks for listening.
Nigeria Info will be right back. I discuss